We never guess who I've got on the end of the line. Somebody you may well have spotted in Newcastle's Chronicle and also the Sunday Sun. It's John Mew. Hello, John.
Hello, Alan.
Hello, good to talk to you. My goodness, what an amazing story you've got.
It wasn't supposed to. I didn't think what would happen.
Right.
When I started off putting a video on Facebook about mental health.
No, but again, I want to whiz back before you did that, because this goes all the way back to the Falklands War.
Yes, it does. Yes, yeah.
I mean, so what role did you have? I mean, what were you serving in?
I was in the Royal Navy, and I was basically on HMS Coventry down the Falklands War when she was hit by 3 1,000-pound bombs.
Right.
I was on the bridge when it happened, so I basically saw everything.
So you'll have seen the carnage, not only that it did to the ship, but the people on board.
Yes, yeah. It, I mean, it was, everything was so fast. It was, we saw the aircraft coming in.
Yeah.
We didn't have much time. They launched 3 1,000-pound bombs. They all hit. They all exploded. Because I was on the bridge, and the Coventry, she basically capsized in 20 minutes.
Right. But the thing that makes this even more horrific is, I don't think people, when they hear in a conflict that a ship's been hit,
Yeah.
you go kind of into, I've seen that in a film once, I can imagine what it's like. It's a totally different thing when all of the people, first of all, that are hit with a bomb, and then secondly, all the others that have to go over the side, they're all your friends. They're the equivalent of your family there.
Well, yeah, it's one of these sort of things where, if you're on land, you can disperse.
Right.
But on a ship, it doesn't matter if you're on the front, back, middle, top, or bottom.
Yeah.
You're all together, and you might not be at the explosion, but you've still got to get out, even if you're lower deck, etc., to get out.
Sure.
And because you capsized so quickly, people were actually running down the ship's side.
Oh, my goodness. I can't imagine what it was like, but I mean, you would be aware immediately you'd have an idea of the number of people killed.
I believe it was about 26.
Jeepers.
It took a while before it could all be put together, because there was people getting picked up by helicopter. I was in a life raft.
Right.
The life raft I was in was overloaded. It got in a way, it got pierced by one of the missiles that was on the ship, because it was on the launcher and the ship had gone down.
Right.
So it was like people trying to get in, but we had to get everybody out, and it was frightening.
No, I can imagine terrifying, because you're let's face it, you're in the middle of the South Seas where there's all kinds of stuff swimming about.
Yeah, you don't really think of that. I mean, I think a lot of it was the sheer shock of the whole thing. It was cold.
Yeah,
it might have been sunny, but it was extremely cold.
No, so you got to realise where you are in Earth. If you keep heading south, it's the South Pole, for heaven's sake. So you're not in warm waters there at all. So, okay, this happens. You're lucky enough to survive and be picked up, thank heavens. Was that the end of your service there, or what happened next?
No, I continued I stayed in the Navy. I did the field gun competition at Earl's Court.
Right.
I did that in 84. But by then I'd already sort of put my notice in to come out.
Right.
Because I was basically,
You were done.
I just wasn't sure what was going on.
But you've suffered from then right the way up till now post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, what they sort of tried to say say was, when I left the diving, when I left the Navy, I went commercial diving.
Right.
So it's like you've still got the danger, you've still got the excitement, the adrenaline rush, and that sort of thing. I was away sort of 9 months of the year most of the time. So when I came home, I was just on leave. But when I finished the diving in 2005, that is when I just went right down, because I'd lost the comradeship, I'd lost the trust.
Right.
Like having other people, sort of saving your life when you're diving, a similar sort of thing.
No, you're completely isolated from that whole world.
And I just found it difficult, and I just went down and down, basically. Over the years, and I was diagnosed in 2015.
And this is a story that I've heard so many times from ex-forces people who've witnessed things that nobody ever should have to look at, let's face it. When you put out this 9-minute video about your life living in the darkness that PTSD is, did you think you would get thousands upon thousands of people hitting, and did you realise it would strike the chord that it did?
No, I didn't. I mean, I did it because I think that the Saturday before that, I had a flashback, and it just took me right back to basically the Coventry.
Right.
And there was sort of people trying to say to me, you're all right, and it's no, just leave me alone, I want to be on my own, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I just felt as if they don't understand, what goes on when people are suffering.
Sure.
So I just literally walked to the village on the Tuesday with my iPad. I just sat on a table, sat on a little park bench, and I talked into the iPad, and then I just pressed the button once I'd recorded it.
Wow.
I didn't listen to it, and then within a couple of days, it's gone everywhere.
It has gone absolutely.
And I wasn't expecting that at all.
What do you want to achieve from it, John?
What I want to achieve from it is I just want people who don't suffer to be aware of what it's like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's certainly done that. It's had an amazing impact right the way across the board, because mental health now is a severe problem for so many people, and nobody understands it.
I mean, one of the hardest things for me is as well. Yes, I know I suffer, and I'm sort of recovering slowly. I've got things in place to help me.
Good.
But it's I think it's not so much the sufferers. It's the children, the wives.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry in a way that my 3 children and my wife have had to suffer with, the way I've been.
To put up with you, absolutely.
When it first started.
Yeah, I bet it's affected every facet of your life together. Yeah,
but I've gone from the stage of that. I'm with Forward Assist at the minute, Veterans Mental Health organisation, which helps me, and they're really good. They put me on to an adventure coach, Polly Brennan. She's really looked at everything good that I've done in the past and put things together and made it so that I've got a purpose. So I'm actually going to, for Forward Assist and suffer, I'm going to do the SES selection route next year for charity.
Oh, how great is it? It's just to have a reason to be, and you're back, and we couldn't be happier. John Mew, bless you, man. I know you're going to get thousands more hits now, and the good that it did, because it let people realise that real men can get real problems, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. You need help, and there's certainly no shame into reaching out for it.
No, I've just got to take every day as it comes, because I don't know, what I'm going to be like tomorrow. I know I'm going to have highs, things like this. You're on a high, but then it's like afterwards, it's like, oh.
Well, you're just waiting for the low, aren't you?
And then you are, but you've got to say, what am I going to do, knowing that you're going to have a low? What can you do to change that? one of the reasons I'm going to do the fan dance, because it's set me a goal for next year. I can break it down into little goals.
Yeah.
And I've got some tremendous people behind me who are going to help me.
It's sounding great. It's sounding.
I'd like. Can I just mention 2 or 3 people?
Of course you can. Go for it.
It's when I was diagnosed and I did my therapy. I came back from Scotland, and because I've been involved with rugby in a way most of my life, the head coach and the manager, John Chappell and Tom Bramwell at Ponteland Rugby Club, they actually asked my wife and said, "Do you think John would like to help in the backroom staff for his recovery?" And she said yes, so I did it, and it's really helped me a lot. And then the other one was Pinnacle's Gym up at Brunswick.
Yeah.
I know the bloke there, the managing director, Greg Williamson. We had a really good heart-to-heart, because he was like ex-military as well, and he said, "You can come here anytime you want." So he's been helping me initially with like the beginning of my training for the fan dance.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, though. You needed that feel of people around you like you've always had, and it's wonderful to have.
It's got to be positive people, because a negative person...
I'll bring you straight back down
here. It
here.
takes you straight away.
No, I can believe it.
You've got to be very careful, but no.
You're doing all right. John Mew, it's been a joy. Thanks for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it.
Okay, that's lovely. Thank you.